David Schwartz is leaving Ripple XRP. XRP to $50,000. This is shocking news. In a tweet on Saturday, Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, said that the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has forgotten about its responsibilities to consumers even though it is still enforcing rules. The price of XRP as of today is $0.35, and the trading volume for the past 24 hours is $136 billion. We're updating the US dollar price of XRP in real time. XRP is down 30% in the last day and a half. Welcome to the channel for the world crypto finance. If you liked this video, don't forget to like it and sign up for the channel. Do you agree with the analysts about XRP? Write your answers in the comments, and I'll give you 500 XRP. At the end of the week, XRP coins will be sent to a random subscriber. Check out the comments for how to do something. You just have to write the word XRP. See the whole video to like and subscribe. In the past few days, the Relative Strength Index, RSI, has not been clear. Last week, the RSI held a value of 50, which is a neutral value, as support. However, this level has not been passed recently. So, there could be some ups and downs over the weekend. Also, the Awesome Oscillator, AO, was below zero, but it hasn't yet shown a strong bearish impulse. The /D line had a resistance zone right above it, which was shown by two white lines with dots. If a /D can get past this area, it will show that demand for the XRP rally is strong. The Directional Movement Index, DMI, showed that there wasn't a strong trend because it was at level 20, just above the 20 mark, and the color was yellow. Technically, this meant that there was a downward trend, but it also meant that there hadn't been a big trend in the last few days. In the next day or two, the 35 to 36 cents range for Dash will be important to protect the bulls. If a lower low forms below this area, it will mean that sellers are getting stronger. On the shorter time frames, momentum indicators were not clear. Bitcoin could also have a big effect on where XRP goes in the near future. David Schwartz, the CTO of Ripple, made it clear in a recent tweet that he has no plans to leave the company. Instead, he may have started a new project from scratch. He says he would like to work on a lot of new things. But he doesn't want to just show that he cares. Schwartz said that he doesn't have the drive to start a new big project. The Ripple's trillion-dollar man who created the XRP ledger says he doesn't want to work 50 hours a week for the next 2 years. I'm just no longer ready for it. He said Schwartz says that he was so busy with work when he, Stephen Thomas Arthur Brito, and Chris Larson worked on XRPL. But he doesn't think he will be able to lead another project of this size. Schwartz says that he likes working at Ripple because it gives him the chance to work with cutting-edge technologies and make things that haven't been done before. On October 21st, veteran cryptographer Nick Pugalis said that he was leaving Ripple. Pugalis worked on the XRP registry for about 10 years. He said that his journey had been amazing and that he was thankful to Schwartz, Brito, and the other players on his team. Schwartz says that he has told Big Dallas that he won't be able to work with him anymore, but he is happy that his former colleague is now moving on. Dallas thinks that Ripple will be fine without him because the team has a lot of talented people. His health and success in the long run don't depend on just one person. I'm sure everything will work out because there are so many talented and enthusiastic people who contribute and take part in their own ways. Many things have been said about Ripple's big win in the XRP lawsuit. Stuart Elderody, Ripple's general counsel, said that the SEC finally turned down Hinman's documents after 18 months of waiting and 6 court orders. But these documents don't show whether or not XRP is a security or not. In the meantime, Ripple's general counsel said that these documents will stay secret for now. He added that it was important to fight for these notes. In a tweet on October 21st, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse shared a message from Ripple General Counsel Stuart Elderody. In it, Rody told people not to believe the SEC. Garlinghouse says that the SEC's decision to finally give the documents to Ripple is an attempt to show that the agency cares about disclosure, clarity, and transparency. The SEC wants you to believe that it cares about being clear, open, and honest. Don't trust them? When the truth comes out in the end, you will be shocked by the shame of what they did here. To the shock of many people in the area. Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, replied to this tweet by writing "No way," which showed his support for XRP and his dislike of the SEC at the same time. The richest person in the world has been fighting with the SEC for a long time and knows what he is talking about. In an effort to stop inflation, the Federal Reserve System will keep making money tighter. Central Bank Vice Chairman Lael Brainard told the people at the annual economic meeting that the shocks from the global pandemic, the conflict in Ukraine, and high economic uncertainty are all to blame for the strength of U.S. dollar inflation. Brainard said in her speech at the National Association of Business Economics' 64th annual meeting in Chicago. She says that the high secondary effects event restraints and the strength of the dollar in foreign economic demand are both caused by the Federal Reserve System. Brainard says that the cross-border effects of unplanned changes in interest rates and exchange rates could make people even less willing to take risks. Since there isn't much money in the major financial markets. If these risks come true, this could cause problems for politicians. Brainard said that monetary policy will be limited for a while and that it will take a lot of work to bring down the rate of inflation. Even though higher interest rates have brought supply and demand closer together, the real gross domestic product, GDP, fell by almost 1% from one year to the next, and real private domestic purchases dropped from 6% to 3% from one year to the next. In 2018, Brainard said, she thinks that the drop in consumer spending may be caused by a drop in household savings, which are now about 25% less than they were in the previous quarter. Also, the policy rate is expected to go up more than twice as much by the end of the year compared to what was expected 7 months ago. This, taking into account the rise in interest rates and other changes in the economy, the second half of the year will see a slow recovery and relatively stable GDP growth. There are some good things to hope for. Brainard said that high inflation should go down because strong wage growth and high rent and housing costs. It is also expected that the prices of basic goods will return to something close to what they were before the pandemic. This is because of the change in demand from goods to services, the drop in basic import prices, and the chaos in supply chains. The pandemic has made trading margins wider, but this is expected to be balanced by increasing inventories, easing supply constraints, and cutting demand, which Brainard says will help lower commodity inflation. Brainard says that, even though people have different ideas about how inflation will change in the future, a quarter of the people who answered his survey think prices will stay the same or go down in the next 5 to 10 years. Unconfirmed reports that the job market is getting worse are also early signs of a rebalancing of the labor market. Brainard said that the Securities and Exchange Commission was against Ripple's request for a summary trial. The commission said that it was clear from the facts that the defendants were selling securities without being registered to do so. She also said that Ripple gives the impression that they know they won't pass the Howey test. The SEC says that Ripple's analysis of the Howey test shows that the blockchain company was trying to make its own tests based on a state law from before 1933 by taking 2 words out of context and then showing that they passed the test. The Securities and Exchange Commission said that XRP is a security because most ripples are made up of XRP. In exchange for money, sales were made, and buyers also put money into a business venture with each other and Ripple. The SEC also said that Ripple's management made investors think that XRP would make them money. Lastly, the individual defendants' claims that some of the XRP they sold or gave away was not for their own use are also not valid. The SEC said that soon after the drafts of William Hinman's speech were given to them in 2018, the SEC sent proposed changes to 2 draft documents for close consideration. Justice of the Peace Ned Bring brought the proposed changes to 2 drafts of Hinman's speech from June 2018 to the chamber. The speech was about decisions that the Securities and Exchange Commission was still thinking about. According to a court order from July 12, 2022, the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, wants to change the documents because they talk about SEC issues. An excerpt from the Securities and Exchange Commission's petition says, the Securities and Exchange Commission respectfully submits for a close look the proposed changes to two drafts of Director Billionaire and speech in June 2018 in which the Commission's decisions are discussed. According to the SEC, a court ruled on April 11, 2022, that the agency could ask employees to edit messages in which they talk about how Hinman's speech could affect other agency cases. The SEC is sending in these two documents with the proposed changes highlighted in yellow on page 6 of Record 29 and page 5 of Record 35. It wants these two documents to be changed as needed. He came to the conclusion that the proposed changes were given to Judge Sarah Net Byrne to think about. Ripple should respond to the SEC's request in the next few days, according to a report. In 2018, by order of Judge Analisa Torres, the Securities and Exchange Commission finally gave Ripple drafts of his and a scandalous speech. We now have Hinman's documents, including internal SEC emails and drafts of his infamous 2018 speech, after more than 18 months and 6 court rulings, said Stuart Elder Rhodey Ripples. What do you think XRP's chances are in 2023, General Counsel? Write what you think will happen in the comments. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. Please remember to like it and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new videos. Also, don't forget to enter our contest in the XRP comments to get 500 XRP added to your account.